Verity.
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 It's Verity. Brought to you by Prodigy.
The Earth is clearly spherical, obviously. Put it another way, circular, or like a ball, or whatever you want to name it if it's comparable to a sphere. The Earth, however, is definitely not flat. The contentious issue of whether the Earth is flat or not has never ranged for over centuries. Yes, not decades, but centuries. Although with advances in knowledge and technology nowadays, people continue to choose to believe that the Earth is flat, and even form a group or society. I'm NABIHA, your favorite host. Today, I will talk about probably one of the most fascinating myths, which you may have guessed already. What's more, this special episode will also highlight the value of knowledge and how public relations may enable us to combat the spread of misinformation and deception. Because believing in the evident myth might lead to even more deadly rabbit holes. New day, every day. And even though each new day has arrived, we can be certain that we will not be able to escape the same old myth from the past, such as this one. The Flat Earth Myth. This whole Flat Earth myths and theories has been almost a prevalent topic to debate. It could even possibly be one of the most intriguing theories on the internet currently. The topic, argument, and discussion concerning the Flat Earth notion pops up every now and then, leading some people to doubt the reality of the Earth's natural form. The so-called Flat Earth theory is held by those who do not believe the evidence for a spherical Earth is credible or believable. Moreover, there appears to be a rising interest and belief in the conspiracy notion, particularly in this modern century, despite scientific evidence that the Earth is not flat. We will get to that in a moment. Now, let's go down the history a bit. Ancient Greek philosophers such as Aristotle essentially solidified the concept that the Earth is spherical. He made a compelling case for a spherical Earth, which he could prove with factual facts. One of his justifications was that he would observe different constellations of stars in Egypt than he would in Greece. To be specific, Pythagoras from the 6th century BC is actually the first person to have suggested the idea of spherical Earth, but most pre-Socrates believed in the flat Earth model, and so it became a modern misconception, as most European scholars from the Middle Ages believed that the Earth is flat. The Middle Ages are often also referred to as the Dark Ages, where previous discoveries and developments were set aside in favor of a stronger devotion to Bible teachings. Many Bible verses are said can be used to support the theory of a flat Earth, and many flat Earth advocates have been seen to be radical Bible literalists throughout history. So, it is not surprising that knowledge of the flat of the Earth as a sphere was lost in the Middle Ages. However, there is just a certain corner of it, as geography was taught to students as part of astronomy and geometry during the Middle Ages, and most scholars believe in a spherical Earth, meaning to say very few people follow the Bible's teachings than those who do. However, the myth of the flat Earth emerged after the Middle Ages during the 18th century. The 18th century saw several scientific breakthroughs. The theory of evolution changed humanity's self-image, leading some people to take comfort in the Bible and its teachings. Hence, essentially, they were going back to the Bible. The majority of modern flat earthers nowadays are believed to view the Earth as flat for reasons such as distrusting the experts, and returning to the Bible as well, which explains how difficult it is to change their minds about the flat earth, given their deep adherence to the biblical teachings. A lot of scientific evidence has been given to prove people of the earth's actual form. The moon is the perfect example. When the earth is aligned with the sun, it throws a shadow on the moon. This results in phases that appear to have a curve. Also, look at lunar eclipses. The earth's shadow always had a circular pattern during a lunar eclipse. This occurred regardless of the time of night, season, or direction in which the shadow crawled across the moon's surface during the eclipse. A sphere is the only object that produces a round shadow no matter how it is illuminated. Under these conditions, any other shape will not be able to produce a round shadow. The fact that the Earth's shadow on the face of the Sun is curved during lunar eclipses also supported Aristotle's conviction in a round Earth. Because this curved shape exists without all lunar eclipses, despite the fact that the Earth rotates, Aristotle correctly deduced that the Earth is curving all around. In other words, a sphere, from this curved shadow. I will tell you the easiest way that you yourself can try and tell whether the Earth is flat or not. The first one is riding a plane. Planes can travel in a fairly straight path for an extended period of time without collapsing. But think about this. They can also go around the Earth without stopping. Let me repeat that. Go around the Earth without stopping. If you are lucky enough to get an unobstructed view of the horizon while flying, you might be able to see the curvature of the Earth with your naked eye. Next, it is believed that going higher allows you to see further, and it's true. If the Earth were flat, you could see the same distance regardless of the altitude. But the curvature of the Earth allows you to see considerably farther from a greater height than you would from the ground, even if you stood on a fully clear level with no impediments between you and the horizon. So, try climbing a building or a tree. You will see what I mean. Time zones is also clear evidence that the Earth is round. When the sun shines brightly on one side of the Earth, the opposite side is sure gonna be dark, and vice versa. This compensates for time variances and time zones, particularly those exceeding 12 hours. As I previously stated, there are numerous scientific evidence that shows the Earth is not flat, and with the advancements of technologies nowadays, everything is at our fingertips, so there should be no excuse for us to not educate ourselves. However, it is concerning that some people may spread misleading information, either directly or indirectly, in order to persuade others to believe in what is wrong. As a student majoring in public relations, I like to share how we may utilize public relations in our everyday lives to battle disinformation and deception, particularly on social media. Firstly, understand how misinformation spreads. It is vital to identify the core source of the disinformation. It is also vital to evaluate how social media sites' recommendation algorithms may accidentally encourage false and harmful discourse. If, for example, the majority of users in one group are interested in the flat earth theory, the algorithm will recommend the content to other users in that group who are also interested in flat earth theory. It is easy to avoid any stuff that contains misinformation in this manner. Next, encourage others to adopt a truth-centered mindset. I believe that most people do this, where we regularly engage with information without considering whether or not the information is accurate. We share or forward information that we find interesting, even sometimes we have doubt if it's true. However, this is one surprisingly successful technique for combating lies and misinformation because it simply redirects a person's attention to the accuracy of the information. It can lead to people becoming more selective about the content they are capable of sharing. Lastly, when exchanging information, keep ethics in mind. Consider this. Is it acceptable to spread false information? Will it be beneficial to me? We can all help by holding each other accountable and understanding that we are committing a moral act every time we engage in the dissemination of information. It may be difficult to convince flat earthers that the earth is not flat. After all, we are free to believe whatever we choose. What's more important, do not engage in a needless battle that will only cause discord among the people. So, that concludes today's episode. I hope you enjoyed and gained something from this episode. And don't forget to tune in to the next one, which will air on our regular schedule. I'm your host, NABIHA. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!